Have you ever looked at your marketing plan and you wonder, how do I start? Or perhaps you are midway your marketing plan and then some issues come in that that make you wonder, how did I miss it? So today we're going to share some plans for you. So today I'm going to share things that you may face that will affect your marketing plans, your marketing strategies this year. This is especially useful if you're a marketer and you do with digital marketing or with online marketing, or you work with field marketing, which is different from sales, of course. So here we go. Number one is there is always a disconnect between marketing and sales. Now, marketing is about getting the word out there about your brand and making people love the brand. However, sales is for closing deals. Now, you find that when you're doing marketing and you have another team for sales, usually there's a disconnect. The salespeople have their own targets and the way they do things different from you, a marketing person. Let's say this week you're running campaigns for people to understand what services you have in your hospital, in your business. You find that salespeople are also approaching the audience differently. So you need to merge the two departments. You need to merge the two departments in that if you're pushing, let's say, health awareness, also your salespeople are selling health awareness. Now, the way to do this is to work with the sales team so that it's a down-up system. Like the sales team tells you what they're going to focus on, and then you integrate it into your plans. You do not have to totally take on their things, their systems. However, by doing that, you will find that eventually you will meet targets. You'll find that the sales team now will start appreciating your job as a marketing person, and then it will make their work easier. And then you can share reports and you see, since you started working with the marketing team, what has changed? What challenges have they faced? So you'll find that over time, as you're working with the marketing team, with the sales team, you'll keep curating work, you keep getting better, and eventually you find that the whole communications department is in sync. So this year, let's avoid that. I have a challenge with it so much. Usually when you come in as a marketing person, especially if you're doing digital marketing, business development people and sales people usually think you're taking over their work, which is not actually true. Challenge number 2 is budgeting approvals. You find that in digital marketing, when someone hires you, or in marketing, when someone hires you and they get you maybe an agency or a graphic designer or a videographer, that's it. That's all they have spent. Now, getting advertising money is another hassle because they don't see it as an employee. They expect you to deliver magic with that. However, every company actually needs marketing. So, here's what you're going to do. You start small, even if you start at 100,000, but every month go on increasing the money, but you deliver results. Every time you run a campaign, go to your bosses, show them, guys, you gave me 100,000. This is what I was able to deliver, and I believe I can do better. Now, 100,000 will not do anything. I think you can start noticing a change at 300,000 and above if you're running campaigns. If you're running advertising campaigns using paid advertising. So one of the things we face as marketers is the budget approvals. You want to run campaigns, you want collateral, you want pull up banners, but your bosses are not willing to do that for you. So the way I do it is scaling. However, how do you guys do it? Let me know in the comment section below. The third challenge is audience fragmentation. The Ghanaian audience is so wide and so different. We have so many youths, we have so many people in the 35 to 50 range, we have people above 50, and there's so many. So you find that whenever you're running a campaign, you need to segment your campaign for all these people. So, and that also goes back to the point, it makes your budget really wide and really expensive. So here's what I think you should do. What I think you should do this year is get what works for your bosses. Of course, you can fit in other things to see that you're trying to reach them, but get actually what they want. Listen to their pain points and get the audience that gives you the biggest return on investment. And then maybe a little later, you can go into the other audiences that don't give you the return on investment. Because obviously, at the end of 3 months, 6 months, you're going to have an appraisal. Have you performed? Yes, you've reached everyone, but which audience? But have you brought in clients, and which audience have you reached to? So it's better to be safe first than reach out to everyone. Challenge number 4 is the rising cost of applications. Phones are getting more expensive, especially high quality phones. Then you see that nowadays the apps that used to be free, like CapCut, you need to pay for them. You need to pay for AI. Of course, they are free platforms, but you need to pay if you want like premium service. So everything is going up. Even customer relations management systems, you need to pay for them. You need to pay for free pick where you get free pictures to use in your marketing. So it's a whole thread of things. So the only way to avoid this is you have to accept that costs are unavoidable. An increase on your negotiating skills with your bosses, and properly lay it out to them that this is it. You can also crack some things, but that is illegal. I won't say it. So remember to budget properly from the start. Don't miss these applications. Don't think that because you can get them cracked, then they will be cheap. No. Then also, what I do most times, I pass the cost to the client. Challenge number 5 is the massive content production costs. It's no longer cheap to produce content. You need lights, you need a camera. Yes, you may get a good iPhone, but to produce high quality content, you need to do lots of content. Like you need to do 50 reels a month to get your supermarket, your retail out there. So this is a challenge that marketers are going to face. And most marketers are shy. They don't want to get before a camera. They don't want to do a little jiggy. But you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to dance for people. So start working on your public speaking. Start speaking into a camera. Start speaking into a mirror. Get a phone that you can use to produce content. Script your content. However, if you see that things are big for you, hire an agency like Digital Atrium. We can help you scale things. Since we produce everything for you, we can give you a bundle. We produce for you reels, we produce for you graphic design, we do for you audio. We can even manage your marketing campaigns, go to TV stations, do all that, get to people to speak to influencers, write reports and all that. So the way you can handle that is hire a team or hire us for a consultation. Thank you so much. My name is Davis. If you like this information, follow, like. Also give me a job and let's work together.